This video is for the people who have faced isolation like I have before every kind of upgradation that I go through in my life. Like before I manifested my job, before I manifested my college, before I manifested my internship, before I have, gotten the access to these knowledge about quantum physics, neuroscience, the awareness, being at that high consciousness level, I've always went through isolation, the cocoon phase as we call it, okay? Now I'm gonna relate this exact cocoon phase with something which is very important. See, everything we have inside of us is actually existing in this space, okay? At the most micro level, at the most macro level, okay? You can think of. Today, though we're made up of matter, I'm going to talk about something which highly affects our lives. For example, which gives us the ability to see, which is, photons, right? I'm going to talk about photons because I'm going to show you exactly how photons and our lives are similar. The isolation that I'm talking about, you have no idea the kind of upgradation that happens in life when you're isolated. But that also depends on what you're doing with your isolation. Are you being depressed? Are you like, I don't have any friends, I don't have any social circle, I don't know what to do with my life? Are you depressed, or are you using that isolation time for your highest good? That's exactly what we will talk in this video. So buckle up. This is not for everyone. Now I'm going to make you understand how beautiful and important isolation phase is, and that you can use it to your benefit, because you should be using it for your benefit. What are we doing, guys? Why are you being depressed because you're isolated? You have no friends or something like that. Let's use photons and electrons to understand isolation better and just see it from a different perspective altogether. So here you go. Let's say this is atom, okay? You have your electron, proton and neutron right here, okay? If you don't know, every atom exists at energy levels, right? So let's say this is existing at this energy level and it has to jump to this energy level. Now when we talk about energy levels, you can relate it to frequency, energy, whatever you would like, okay? So let's say there is a photon which hits this electron. And now this electron has to jump to a higher energy level, okay? Do you think it will jump? Do you think it will physically jump? It will not. Okay, let me just demonstrate what really happens. So this is your proton and neutron, basically the atomic mass. Now here we have the electron. This electron right here has to go here. You know what happens? This is what happens. It will disappear. Yeah, it will disappear, okay? And then it will reappear right here. What the heck happened here? You might question, where did the electron go and why was it not physically present? See, we're talking in terms of quantum physics, right? So what they say is that this is actually your wave potential. Or if not wave potential, you can just simply call it a potential, okay? I don't know why this is coming out to be in the opposite direction. Like if I write something, it just, I don't know, but anyways. So, if you know that this thing just disappeared and reappeared, which we humans like to call as overnight success in a person's life, that, oh my god, a failure hit a person, suddenly one day they're all successful and wealthy and all of those shit. That's not how it works, This is the most important phase. Guys, it's a blessing. It's a literal blessing if you're in your isolation phase. I know it might sound like, but you know what, Mridul, it's just so depressive and I don't have any friends. Even if I do have friends, I don't connect with them a lot and they're just there. You're being isolated. If your friendships are breaking up, your relationships are not working, you're just being isolated for your highest good. That's what we call as the cocoon phase, Even the smallest of the things in this universe has these principles being applied on them. And of course, human beings are no more special, right? They have to go through that isolation cocoon phase as well. How do we use it in our favor? Let's talk about that. God, universe, Krishna, whatever you want to call it, that beautiful energy isolates you so that you can get to your highest potential, higher energy levels. Now let us see how we can use it in our favor. First of all, you need to understand, yes, it is difficult. You are really extremely isolated. Like you have no one. Like, I don't know how many of you can relate to it, but you must be just going to your work, you're coming back, you're going about your day, but there's just no one. No one. Okay. Genuinely, no one is there. And you're like, why am I the only person living my life and nobody's a part of it? The reason is you're being isolated, and it's a good news, guys. You don't understand. After every isolation, isolation is just a preparation, okay? You're being guided for your highest good. You are being guided to just go after your highest potential. And so you're being isolated. Every time you get through this isolation phase, you level up in life, okay? Now, it depends on how you're using it. Are you being depressed? Are you just, going about your day? You're not maintaining your energy. You're being depressed. You're being lonely. You're looking at everyone and you're like, wow, must be nice to have friends. Must be nice to have a partner. No. Bro, the moment you will have those friends, the moment you will have those, a good partner in your life, the moment you have those things, do you think you can focus on your leveling up game? Do you think you can work on yourself? Do you think you will have the time to work on yourself? I would rather invest that time with the person I will find important enough. I would be with them. I would enjoy. And that's not exactly the point where I would like to worry about my own life, my own finances. This is a blessing. A lot of people, they get into relationships. I see a lot of men saying, but now I have to focus on my career, my life. Bro, seriously. See, that's why I say isolation is a blessing, okay? Because once you have leveled up, once you have the money, once you have that lifestyle, once you have everything that you want, you can just enjoy the connections that life has for you. The friends, family, your partner. But when you're using it to your, betterment, if you're wasting that potential, if you're wasting this space, if you're wasting this time, which is not exactly time because time doesn't exist when we are talking in terms of quantum physics, but just for your explanation, if you miss this space where you're being isolated, level up, yaar. You have to work on your body, you have to work on your mindset, you have to make more money, you have to do anything you want to do. This is the time. This is the time, okay? You are being isolated for your highest good. And you're just being depressed and lazy and you're just crying every single day listening to, I don't know, what do you listen to? Some romantic songs? Do you see couple around, friends around and you're crying? You're like, I just need genuine friends. I just need a genuine partner. The moment you have it, you would not be able to cherish it because you never built yourself when you had this time. Everything happens for the most divine and good reason, okay? This is your reminder. Use your isolation for your highest good. This is a very important phase. Very, very important phase. Please use it for your betterment. Work on yourself. You know exactly what you have to do. Don't pretend. Don't say, I don't know what to do. You know the exact, at least not the 10th step, the 3rd or 4th step. You know exactly what you have to do. It's just that you're not doing it. Why? Do you think you're not important enough? If you were not important enough, you would not have that vision. I always say this, your desires qualify you. That's all. So please embrace your isolation phase, okay? Learn from photons. They just level up, bro. You have to level up as well.